Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching The Witcher Season 1, Episode 1, The End's Beginning. This is the show that came second on my Patreon poll for watching shows I should watch, so if you want to be able to vote in future polls, you can check that all out on my Patreon. All the tiers can vote. But yeah, I have been meaning to get to this show for some time, but it was one I knew I wanted to react to, which obviously means I'm not going to just sit and binge it one day. I'm going to wait until I have time and a slot for it, and it was on my last poll, but it didn't win, but it won this one. It came second on this one. I'm rambling, but yeah, this is a show I've seen a lot of people really enjoying. I love fantasy, so it's kind of a genre I like. Now I'm going to be completely open and honest about the fact that I know nothing about the Witcher video game franchise. I have never played it. I am much more of a simulation game, a strategy game, rather than a sort of action-y type one, but I mean, the show looks really good. All I know about it is I'm pretty sure that there are strands of plot that take place at different times or something that some people found confusing, I don't know, and that there is a bard who sings a song, toss a coin to your witcher or something, that people were posting about a lot. I don't know, a few months ago you could not escape that. And again, I don't know what that means or what it, like, the context it happens in. So no, I am just very excited to watch this show. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the unedited version of this episode up on my Patreon, and episodes 1, 2 and 3 you can get your 2 ahead with the unedited versions up on my Patreon. And you can also, if you want to go to a couple of tiers down, you can see the edited version, the YouTube version, a week early. For episode 2 will be up already on my Patreon if you would like to check that out. If the volume's not perfect, I'll try and tweak it for the next one, but it should be okay. I don't want to jump, something's going to make me jump, isn't it? I was expecting it, but at least it didn't make me jump. Oh, hello! That I was not expecting! The horse is like, well, it was nice knowing you, my friend. Stabby stab. Lovely. Ooh, hello. Why did cloaks go out of fashion? It makes me sad.
Tell me where he is, and I'll be on my way.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't give the orders around here. Come on, Witcher. You're not scared of us, are you?
No. I doubt he is.
Show us what.
Hopefully he can improve his behaviour by tomorrow's market.
Sorry, Ranfrey.
Beer for my friend here and one for me.
You're friends now, it would seem. She was thirsty.
And you desperately need money for new clothes. More and more I find monsters wherever I go.
Yeah. Is that not the real world?
You don't scare me.
That's too bad.
And I can also tell you he's willing to pay for odds and ends he needs for elixirs.
That does sound promising.
I sold him our dog when it died. Mysteriously.
Oh, God.
That's enough to buy some new clothes. Just saying.
Everyone noticing his clothes.
I think that makes you a hero. My mother says you're the offspring of foul sorcery. A diabolic creation, filthy degenerate
lovely.
born of hell. Because I'm a girl and girls can't be witches. Which I think is probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I agree. I didn't really know what a witcher is, but...
No, this is my own creation.
Of course.
Helps
Sad old
find
man.
more.
I do want to know more about, like, the history of the Witcher and everything. I'm assuming that they're going to explain, like,
Not often do we see your
what that
likeness,
means
beloved.
in the show, because they wouldn't expect you to have played the game to watch this show.
I seem to remember that witches don't feel anything.
You want me to kill yours?
Very clever.
Yes, it doesn't take a genius to work that one out.
Worst kind.
What's she seen?
What?
Girl, run!
You need to come with us.
Unless she, yeah, so she was just hiding there.
A bit of field to myself right now.
Gross.
Do you promise to defend to your utmost?
Is it too much to ask that you exercise a modicum of respect? Especially you.
Stretched her bloody talons towards me.
Wizards are all the same. You talk nonsense while making wise and meaningful faces.
Lilith's path was to be prepared by 60 women wearing gold crowns who'd fill the river valleys with blood.
Doesn't rhyme.
Yeah, can't have women with power.
Good
That would be
predictions,
terrible.
I studied the girls. I tried to cure them. Locked them in towers for safekeeping, but
Oh.
the girls always died.
Internal mutations.
They were autopsied, of course, to confirm my suspicions.
You seem like a
Eliminating
wonderful
these
person.
women was the lesson. Evil.
Innocent women are dead.
Mm-hmm.
Strangled 2 puppies, even gouged out her maid's eye with a comb.
Wonderful.
I admit what happened next. After that, I organized a manhunt to find the princess, but she was gone.
I wonder why.
2 years. Destiny.
Who's to say you're not the villain in this story?
If I have to choose between one evil and another, then I prefer not to choose at all.
I don't know if he's going to get to keep to that, but that is a noble way to live.
We have more knights. We are prepared in case of...
Prepared for what?
War, it would seem.
You won your first battle in Hotchbuzz when you were my age. I've heard the ballad.
Pretty ballads hide bastard truths.
It's a catchy song.
3,000 of my men died.
I just want to know more about this world and how everyone's related. And I already love this show. The world building is amazing.
Let her enjoy this night in peace. Maybe I'll last for a while.
I'm pretty sure I read that this has different timelines and stuff, so I want to know if it's all happening at the same time or not.
She took you to see Stregobor, didn't she?
So this is the girl you wanted to kill, rent free.
As I get my revenge, Lilith, help me. I will take down anyone in my way.
Lilith help me, so she is team evil.
Unless
Do you have any designs on killing the whole world?
Kill Stregobor for you.
God.
the lesser evil.
Oh my god.
So I keep getting told.
I could have become so many things. Queen Calanthe of Sintra. She just won her first battle at Hotchbuzz. But here I am trying to convince you I'm not.
A monster.
So she just said Queen Calanthe of somewhere or other just won her first battle. I think, so that's the grandmother from the other story? Possibly, if I'm piecing where these strands are.
Why not kill them?
Because then
Would they be right?
I am what they say I am.
I admit I'm a monster.
Yes.
Or you can leave Blaviken and finally live.
It's kind of true in the sense that she's been trapped in the spiral of revenge, and there's no legal way she can get it. And I don't know that killing him will actually make her feel any better, but at the same time, if she were to go and kill him, I would probably be cheering from the sidelines at this point. God. Seem to be very outnumbered. Oh gosh. I kind of want to read a history book of like who all these kingdoms are.
That's what we shall do.
Oh, it would be unbearable though, just the concept of waiting like that. To be honest, I think I'd kind of rather be put to sleep until the news of the battle came
Many
in.
years ago, sorcerers were known to lock little girls in towers. I'm beginning to understand. The apple never falls far from the tree.
I mean, it very much can fall far from the tree.
Then we fight along! We cannot surrender Sintra!
No, will we?
Okay, yeah, well, he's doing a King Harold. You're just gonna die now? Just giving up? I know you're sad, but like, you have a granddaughter to fight for, a kingdom to fight for. I don't think it's good news, sweetheart. Oh, is she dying? You should have been preparing her for the future rather than filling her with happiness and peace.
How many of them are safe within our walls?
100 or so, Your Majesty.
Oh god, that's not
Guests from the
many.
banquet.
Oh gosh, you'd think
How long will it hold?
not long.
We get paid in coin.
But the horse was like, yeah,
And he's right. Want to hear about my first monster?
I do.
It's time you met a real man. I I told him it was time you met one too.
Yeah.
I thought the world needed me too.
You did save her, you just also traumatised her in a different way, but in a
Who are you
lesser way.
talking to?
His horse!
Tomorrow I'll leave Bavican.
After he killed the sorcerer. Or before. Do witches feel things? Oh gosh. Do they have an escape tunnel?
Majesty.
This is horrible.
My citizens are being tortured.
Oh gosh.
Their insides are the lion cub of Sintra. You are destined for
I can't
great
do this without you.
You can and you will. Oh. You must, sweetheart. I know it hurts. Is she a descendant of the Lilith as well?
I love you.
God, I'm really feeling this, and it's just been a few minutes.
Find Geralt of Rivia.
Oh yes.
Your Majesty.
I saw it too. This is why they came.
Oh,
I
they
will
want.
deliver her.
They wanted her for her power.
Nilfgaard is nigh.
Oh god. Is it poison for them all to take? Because it is kinder than the alternative?
We can leave. We can find a way out.
This is our way out.
This is horrible.
What'd you do?
No parent should have to go through that. Are they gonna make it?
Keep going.
Oh gosh.
Princess.
Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
I've been protected my whole life, Laszlo. Why?
Maybe now isn't the time for this. Oh god. Because they should have sent her to safety before the bloody battle. Or as soon as they lost the battle. Did she do something to him when she slept with him? Or is he just remembering the good times?
And you'll never know if you were right.
She used him somehow. She enchanted him with her evil powers.
Your reward will be a stoning. She is your destiny.
Rent free.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. What was that? Did you think it was going to be that easy? Ooh. That looked so... They said no girls can be witches. So is the princess, whose name I cannot remember, Sierra or something, is she a female witcher? He's made his choice in this ultimatum. Yep, you said you loved those men.
Let the girl go.
I won't be able to stop.
Oh,
They created me just as they created you. We're not so different.
he's trying to do better. Ow. Eek. He doesn't want to kill her.
The girl in the woods will be with you always. She is your destiny.
Okay, what does that mean? Is that the girl from the other princess? Oh. Good job, sweetheart. Yes, 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 good girl. Oh, I thought that was going to land on him. Ooh. So all that whole battle was for him to capture her. Who are you and why did you want her? I mean, I know you're head of the Neeflings or whatever, but...
Get me a cart. We'll take her to the tower for an autopsy.
Ugh.
If you touch a single hair on her head, yours will be on the ground next.
Have you gone mad?
You are evil.
Mutation.
They're both evils.
Hidden for it. She got to you too, didn't she?
Do not touch her.
You're also a sick old man.
Witcher, you took the law into your own hands.
That's what she said would happen, isn't it? Or what his dream would happen of the future, or whatever the hell that was.
And you'll never know if it was the right one.
That's word for word what she said in his dream, and the stoning. Oh, so brave when he's standing over there.
In the woods will be with you always. She is your destiny.
There she is. Ooh, I just can't wait to delve further into this show. I absolutely loved that. I don't know, like, it's one of those ones where now I'm like, did I even react very much to it? Because I feel like just there was a lot of information, a lot of stuff that was happening, and I always worry about reactions to the beginnings of new shows because I'm not currently invested in the characters, so I'm not going to be sobbing over them yet. I did nearly tear up though a few of those scenes when the city fell. Oh, I knew its name for like 2 minutes there, and I've forgotten it already, but I will pick up on names. I will potentially look at Intimate Database just this episode and write down some of the names that I believe are going to be recurring characters, so I will remember them just because I don't like not knowing names. But yeah, that was just so good. Now I know, like I keep saying, I have heard that there is different plot lines, but maybe this is all happening at the same time, and it's later stuff that happens at different times. Or the girl in the forest could have happened later and that could have been a warning, or whatever. Because there were a few things I picked up on, like Renfrew said to him, oh, the Queen Sirasias, she just won a battle there. And that sounded to me like she just won the battle there. And then the sorcerer said to the princess that a long time ago, men locked little girls in towers and murdered them, which could suggest that it's even longer than this time when the sorcerer dude there. I'm rambling, but that's my current, like, I'm just kind of confused. If I'm being really dumb, do let me know. If it's later stuff that's the different plot timelines, then that's fine. But just no matter what, I'm really enjoying it. And just, I already love this world. It's genuinely made me consider wanting to play the Witcher games, just because if the world is anything like this, it'll be fascinating. Just, I'm a huge history fan, and I'm a sucker for any kind of fantasy book which has a world that has a rich medieval history to it, like a parallel, which obviously, like, we don't have magic and stuff like that. Just everything about that was just seeing the kind of the kingdom and how peaceful and happy it was, how they were just set in their ways and things seemed wonderful, to then see it fall so violently was really tragic. And then them handing out the poison, the father choosing to stab himself because he didn't want the easy way out, the mother having to kill her son, just that, like, I don't even want to dwell on that all too much because I'll probably start crying despite the fact that they are fictional characters that I literally saw for 5 minutes, if that. But getting to see them also happy, the everyday life of the kingdom, then the knighting ceremony or the swearing fealty ceremony, and then the ball, everything was so lovely and jolly, and then bam, everyone's dead. I'm glad that the princess, I can't remember her name and it's really annoying me, but I'm very glad that she survived, that she escaped, but definitely it was not a good idea to raise her in total ignorance of the harsher realities of the world. If you knew she was going to become queen, because obviously their daughter died, I don't know how, maybe she was one of the girls in the tower, who knows, but if their daughter died, then you know she's going to be the heir, and it's going to happen when she's younger rather than, you know, like Prince Charles is going to be like ancient before he becomes king. Not that it's the same kind of ruling because he's just pointless. But you'd need her to know the realities of war and strategy, to be able to defend herself, to know not just kind of how to be a good little courtier, pretty little girl, but you'd want her to know everything. I could kind of understand if she has got some deep dark legacy that they're trying to protect the world from, that maybe they suspected she had powers because they were like, oh, did you see that when she did it, so they didn't know she'd had it before. Maybe that's why they didn't tell her, but at the same time, the minute this war was coming, there would have been time when they were setting up to go to the battle. There was a lot of time afterwards. They should have fled before the enemy troops arrived at the city, if not before the battle. And they could have even evacuated a lot of the people so that there was no one in the city when the attack came. And obviously you don't want to assume you're going to lose, but they were surprised by how fast the Niflungs came. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that pronunciation. And I think, you know, they said like, there was a storm, our ships aren't, like, they thought they were going to get reinforcements, but the reinforcements didn't come. But just put your people's safety first. So who knows how many people are even left in that city for her to one day reclaim. So she, I assume, is the girl in the woods. Maybe he's going to take it as just Renfrew is the girl in the woods. There's obviously a lot more history here we're going to have to unpack. And I love that since episode 1 we've already had a real moral dilemma, because it is true that Renfrew, if she didn't try to deny to him that she wasn't murdering animals and doing kind of, you know, the pre-serial killer signs. But at the same time, if you're born different and people tell you you're a monster, you're going to start acting that way. And I think it's just kind of seeing that he's a witcher, he's a mutant, that he doesn't feel things. I mean, I imagine he does, just maybe he doesn't openly do it, but maybe I'm wrong. I obviously know nothing, like I said, about the witches, but just that whole concept is so fascinating to me. And I keep saying everything is fascinating to me, but it is. And kind of him having the dilemma of this sorcerer is a despicable man. He's taken on someone's identity, he's using townsfolk for his own gain. He has locked up innocent women and dissected them. And I mean, from the sounds of it, he probably killed some just to dissect them, or dissect them while they were alive. Like, he just seemed like a despicable man, and I kind of wish the Witcher had just lopped his head off and then left town, given that he'd already murdered everyone on the other side. But at the same time, Renfrey has this band of sort of thuggish people. She sort of manipulated him. She took an innocent girl from the village hostage, which truly I think is one of the things that made him have to go against her. He was stopping someone from committing an act of violence, whereas the sorcerer was planning, he'd done all his violence, he was just going to go hide in a tower with being a pathetic old man with his with fake women. So getting the girl involved made him have to go after her, but that was all just a lot. And, you know, I still don't know exactly what side I'm on. I definitely think I'm personally on Renfrey's side over the sorcerers, but I also think that if she'd have listened to him and chosen to leave and chosen not to fulfill her vengeance, I would have supported her more, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was just a really messed up situation in general. But this is very much a world that it's not a world of black and white. It's a world with a heck of a lot of grey areas everywhere you look. Even like kind of sending the princess out the escape tunnel to try and escape while getting all of your courtiers to poison themselves. Like, I mean, that is quite realistic to medieval times. Often the kings and queens would have had escape routes and all of the rest of the palace would not have done. But you kind of think maybe you could have got a few more people, like the young ones, out or something. But yeah, just my thoughts are all over the place. So we definitely, it's very much sort of a medieval fantasy, which I did know, with like a sort of medieval kingdom where the ordinary people sort of stay in the villages, they don't leave, but you've got obviously the mythical creatures and the mythical beasts, and there's some sort of business in beast slaying. I'm still looking forward to finding out more about the lore of The Witcher. If they don't really delve into that in the show and you think I would benefit from looking it up, from just knowing more about it, like doing my own research into it, like wiki about the game or something, then tell me and I will. But if the show's gonna kind of explain it in more detail, that's fine. I will probably, once season 1 is over, look into stuff by myself, but obviously I don't want to spoil season 1. So just let me know what I should do there and whatever's happening. And how close is this to the games? Is it literally just the concept of The Witcher is from the games, or are there storylines from the games? I honestly know nothing about them, other than that there was that movie, wasn't there, a while back, that I also didn't watch. But yeah, it was just such a rich world already. Storytelling at the moment is just so good across the board. People are so good at creating these deep worlds that I felt so invested in the fall of that city, and I have nothing to do with it. But I'm excited to get to know more about these characters. There are a couple more people I think I saw on Tumblr and like gift sets. I didn't pay too much attention because I hadn't seen the show, that we haven't met yet. So I'm very intrigued about where the show's going to go. So yeah, that being said, I absolutely loved this episode. I'm very excited to keep watching. If you are on YouTube and you would like to watch the unedited version of this reaction, it is currently up on my Patreon along with episodes 2 and 3, just a reminder. And you can also see the edited version on the 3rd tier. That is up a week early, so episode 2 is already up on my Patreon. And yes, I will see you next week for the next episode. These will be out, I have not said yet, every Wednesday. So obviously you're seeing this on a Wednesday, they will be out every Wednesday until season 1 is finished. So yes, thank you so much for watching.